Stay tuned for an important announcement from Pastor Matt Ledbetter regarding services at Creeksville Baptist Church. All right, good evening. This is Pastor Matt. This is a recorded message that I've done on Sunday afternoon. I just wanted to come to you in this video this evening. Of course, I'll be putting out a one call as well to give us an update on where we stand with re-entry into the sanctuary. Now, of course, if you were at church today, you know just how hot it got in that parking lot today. The Lord gave us a reprise and gave us a little bit of a breeze today, but for the most part, it was really hot in the parking lot. I think most folks do okay with that, but there are some that just don't do well with it. We had some tents set up in the parking lot. Folks sat under the shelter down at the fellowship hall. Others sat in the shade beside the church. We did have a handful, just a few that sat inside today in the sanctuary, our first day using the sanctuary for a worship service since the second week of March, third week of March, somewhere in there. So the deacons met for just a few minutes after church today, and we are going to be meeting again later this week to talk more about the coming days and what we're going to do, set up a plan for our sanctuary use. But just want to give you kind of an update on where we stand with what we're going to do beginning next Sunday. Now, I want you to make sure you like and share this video. I'm going to be putting out a screenshot or another post later on, reminding folks, informing folks that we're going to be doing a change in our service. What we are planning on doing starting next Sunday is we are going to go to 9 a.m. Now, according to the surveys that we did, and by the way, we've had a great number of surveys turned in. I know some other folks probably still need to turn some in, and that will help us. If you can get those to me in the next couple of days, that will help us in this decision-making process. But over 90% has said that if we open the sanctuary with video capability, even though I'm still going to be outside, according to the survey question, would you feel comfortable sitting inside watching the service on the video screen? And over 90% have said 9 a.m. is good. And then over 80, I think it may be 85%, have said that they would feel comfortable sitting inside watching the video screen. Now, that doesn't mean everyone's going to do that right away, but we want to give that opportunity. Now, of course, we're going to practice social distancing. We've got pews blocked off to make sure we keep the 6-foot social distance. So next Sunday, starting next Sunday, which is July the 12th, we are going to go to a 9 a.m. worship service. I know that's early. A lot of folks think that's early for Sunday morning, but listen, this whole pandemic, everything that's taken place has got the world turned upside down. We're just trying to do the very best we can to do what we can as the leaders of the church to make the best decision for the congregation. So we will have video capability, Lord willing. We have video capability next Sunday. You'll be able to watch and hear on the video screen inside the sanctuary. But we need you. If you have not done a survey, please get those surveys to us in the next couple of days so that we can finalize some plans that we are working on. Of course, everything is still tentative. If it continues to ramp up and coronavirus goes crazy, that's going to change some things we do. You never know at what moment the governor is going to change his mind and try to shut churches down again. I don't know that that'll happen. Don't think it will happen, but you never know. It may, with the mask thing and everything that's taking place, coronavirus may begin to decrease in our state. And that's the hopes. That's what we're looking for as we look towards a vaccine. So everything is tentative as we finalize some plans. But we're going to be sharing more of those plans with you later on this week. So make sure you keep that in mind. Now, the plan that we're coming up with is not a one-size-fits-all. I hope you are not upset over how we're having to do these things. please don't get upset over these things. It is a tough situation to deal with. But we wanted to get the opinion of the church, and the overwhelming opinion is that 9 a.m. is fine. Some folks will probably continue in the parking lot. I will still be outside for a few more weeks at least. We're working on a timeline for my re-entry into the sanctuary, but many folks have indicated they're ready to get back into the sanctuary. So we're working on that staged plan. We're trying to accommodate everyone as best as we can. So please pray for your deacons. If you have any comments or thoughts, make sure you give those to the deacons, to your deacon. Give them to me. On all the surveys that we've had turned in, there have only been a couple of extra comments. So most folks did the survey and they're fine with the survey. So we're trying to accommodate the very best we can based on the opinions of the people in the church, as well as the leadership from the deacons on this process. Now, we do have one other thing we have to mention. A lot of you have signs in your yard advertising 9 a.m. service. I will take charge of that. I've got a plan that I can come around to where all our signs are. I'm not sure who all has a sign, so if you'll let me know that you have a sign in your yard, I will come by one day and I will fix that sign. I have a plan to do that, to put 9 a.m. on that sign. I'll change it at the church, and then we're going to be posting it every week or every day, hopefully this week on Facebook. But if you have a sign, please let me know that you have a sign in your yard, and I'm going to try to get all of those changed this week. So that's where we stand. Just looking at the surveys with the last surveys we got in today, sharing that with the deacons after service this morning, we are over 90% of folks who are saying that 9 a.m. is going to be a good time. Now, we're not going to stay at 9 a.m. forever. We're going to stay through some summertime till we see about getting back in church, till I'm back in the church. Somewhere down the road, we'll change that back to 10 a.m. We have had some comments of saying that when things do get back to normal, whenever and however that happens, that a lot of folks are very interested in leaving the church at the church service at 10 a.m. But that's something we'll discuss later on down the line. That's when things return to some sense of normalcy, vaccine, and all of those things. Another thing we'll be talking to the deacons about is we want to hear from our Sunday school leaders about your interest in restarting your Sunday school class. If that's an interest to you, you need to find out from your class members if that's something they're interested in. We have one large classroom that folks can socially distance in. We have the sanctuary that folks can socially distance in. We have the fellowship hall that folks can socially distance in. The other rooms are just about going to be out of the question because they're not large enough to accommodate 6-foot spacing. But if that's something that some members of your class are interested in, you as a Sunday school leader, please let us know so we can start making some decisions on that if we need to. So those are just some things that we're thinking about, that we're looking at. Once again, everything is tentative right now. We don't know what's happening on down the line. But that's just where we're at. Now, let me just say this about getting back into the sanctuary. We have taken out all the hymnals and all the pew Bibles. They have been removed. Offering will be done as you come in. The parking lot still. We'll have the buckets there for you to be able to do that as you come in or as you leave. So that will stay in place as well. Everything that we do, we're going to try to keep doors open for folks to go in and out of. I hope we can keep that in mind. The deacons have a lot on their shoulders right now, helping get Sunday mornings set up, getting Sunday mornings tore down. They have a lot on their plate, and I appreciate all that they are doing. I hope you tell your deacon and the rest of the deacons how much you appreciate what they are doing for our Sunday services. But as for now, I'm going to remain in the parking lot for a little while longer, but we'll have the sanctuary open. I think some folks are excited and ready to get back into the sanctuary, even if it's different than what we normally know. There'll, of course, be no choir. Be a long time before we're able to have choir again. I'm going to start incorporating some more special music. I think a lot of folks enjoyed Miss Peggy singing last week. We're going to incorporate some special music in the services in the coming days as well. So please, please, please remember all of these things. Keep all of these things in mind. So if you have any thoughts or questions, make sure you contact your deacon. Make sure you contact me. Listen, you're not going to offend us. We got big, broad shoulders. We just want to hear from you if you have any other additional comments about anything, so that we can make an informed decision for our church. But it's exciting to think about getting back into the sanctuary. It was really cool. I guess that's a good word to use. It was really nice, even though it was only a handful of folks. To see that there were some folks inside the sanctuary today. It was much cooler in the sanctuary, I can promise you that. But it was so nice to actually see just that handful that sat in there today, and that's what we're working toward. But the key to everything is safety. We want everyone to be safe. We want everyone to feel safe. Not everyone is on the same level. Now, we're going to be posting on Facebook, and I'm going to be putting out our list of guidelines for re-entry into the sanctuary, the social distancing, the things that you cannot do or that you can do. But there are going to be a list of some protocols that we have to keep in place. Also, we have a lot of folks. Of course, we don't know who said what because the surveys are anonymous. But we're going to have some folks that will come in on Monday or Tuesday or maybe even Sunday evening and sanitize the sanctuary. Just going along the backs of pews and those type of things. So if you're interested in helping with that, please, please, please let me know that you are interested. So that you wear gloves, you wear a face mask, you just come in with some Clorox wipes with some Lysol cans and just help wipe down the backs of pews, sides of pews, door handles, things like that. But we're going to try to do the very best we can. If something happens that we can't get the church cleaned and sanitized, if folks are not willing to do that, we'll have to, back up and think and make other arrangements because we have to make sure we keep everything sanitized. So those are some things that we're thinking about. Number one, safety feature. After we think about making sure everyone is safe and everyone feels safe, is that we can't require it, but we are strongly recommending that if you sit inside the sanctuary, that you wear a mask. That is our strongest recommendation, is for you to wear a mask. So please, please keep that in mind. So thank you once again for your understanding and your cooperation, for listening to this. And once again, any questions, comments, thoughts you have, please, please, please let us know. So once again, next Sunday, going to 9 a.m., I'm going to be coming around working on signs this week to put the appropriate time on there. And just excited that God's still doing great things at our church. Man, the last 2 Sundays, even though we've been down in attendance because of the holiday weekend this weekend and folks got started early last weekend, man, our offerings have been through the roof. It is amazing what God is doing. If you did not get a budget report from Miss Gwen today, they are available. You can contact me and I'll try to get you that budget report somehow. So thank you for listening. God bless you. And we hope to see you in the coming days. Don't forget Wednesday night, doing the Bible study series, preaching series on the I Am statements of Jesus. And that'll be on Wednesday evening at 6:30. So we'll talk to you later on. Have a great rest of the day.